Ooh, doo, 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 doo. Checkity, 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 check. We're live, we're live, we're live, we're live, we're live. We are live. This is what live internet looks like. Welcome. I see. There we go. I sit and wait for that day to come when I will be so great. Everything in the world in harmony. Awake like a brand new day. A life is torture when I'm a slave to what they call the new world order. Good morning, everybody. No God left to change what I feel right inside of me. Someday, someday we will sail away from here and touch the sky with open hearts and open minds. Someday, someday we will celebrate. Hey, good morning, everybody. Hey. I love that I control my own applause, right? I control my own applause. Oh, wasn't that funny? I got to get a laugh, right? I got to get laughter, right? Instead of clapping, I get both, right? Laughter. Good morning, everybody, to the program. Welcome. Today is January 30. Is that 31 days? Yeah, it's January 30th in the year 2024. And it's an election year, and you know, we're living in a time. I think we're always living in a flashpoint of time where something amazing is happening in the world, right? Something like earth-shaking, something that is revolutionary, something that pushes mankind forward. In a way that is special and memorable. Well, today it seems that one of those days is happening, right? It's always been talked about that the merger between life, humanity, and computers would be finished when the link, right, where you don't have to use your hands to control the device, where you could just think about it, and then the device will do as it's told, right? So your hands are free to do other things. All right, so it turns out that Elon Musk has accomplished this, according to the report. A chip, a very advanced chip, has been placed in a human mind, in a human brain, literally in the head region right here. And it is the first of its kind to be implanted. And you can control things. We're going to see the video of a monkey doing it. A monkey is playing ping pong on a computer without any joystick, without anything. He's just drinking a banana fucking slushy, and he's playing pong with the machine, right? So it's not fictional anymore. Okay? It has the link between mind and computer been complete? Well, it seems like Elon Musk is doing it. So we're gonna look at this story. It scares some people, right? What are we gonna do? I mean, you can see the ramification of something like that. It can be used against the person with the chip. If the person with the chip is asked to answer certain questions and is brought down a certain avenue, a certain train of thought, it would be relatively impossible to stop that train of thought. And it would reveal, I guess, maybe your inner secrets. Did you blow up? Did you rob that bank and shoot everybody in it? No. And something else in your mind is saying yes. It's telling whoever exactly what happened. Right. So there is that sort of ramification. Or how about even more simple? Do you like your job? Right. And the chip, you say yes. What comes out of your mouth is yes, but what comes out of the what's being perceived by the chip is what you're really thinking, and you're like, I fucking hate this place. I hate you and everybody in it. Right. So it does have certain ramifications, but the bigger deal is for. And I can understand this one, where a paraplegic, someone who loses the ability to use their hands, like a quadriplegic, no hands, no feet, and they could sit there and answer the phone without lifting a finger, right? Or some other kind of control, right? Some sort of computer control without lifting any fingers. So I think it is fascinating. Can it be abused? Here's what it can't do, right? Here's what we would like it to do. This is what we want it to do. We want it to be telepathy. We want the ability to use our mind to control. I want to be able to control you, right? Or I want to be able to control some random device anywhere, right? I'm walking around and I see that red light and boom, I look at it and I turn it green. I see, that's what we want, but this is different. It's a direct link to a piece of equipment, right? You think about it, and you get the piece of equipment that's wired to it to do what you tell it to do, right? That's different than gaining, the function of other things. Gain of function. It's different than gaining the function of anything and anyone. Like I see a car, right? If Tesla, right? If Elon Musk, for example, has the Neuralink linked to, that's the name of the company, by the way, Neuralink. It's Elon Musk's company. If Elon Musk were to link a Tesla vehicle to one of these links, a passenger or a driver of one of these links, right? The driver could theoretically control the vehicle without touching a steering wheel or the gas. He just says, go, back, and the thing can read it. But what it doesn't do is it doesn't allow you to control other vehicles, right? Because that's what we really want to do. We're okay controlling our own vehicle, but let me think about it and get that other vehicle the fuck out of the way so I can get through. Or let me make that cop go the other way. So you know what I'm saying? So it is. It's nonetheless, space age and fascinating, and this is what Elon Musk does, So we'll look at that subject. Also, Ilhan Omar is under fire for defending her homeland, Somalia, from the civil war, or the actual war that they're having with their neighbors, Ethiopia, who's landlocked. And Somalia is trying to sell them or Ethiopia, they're trying to negotiate some kind of land deal so that Ethiopia could get to the ocean. And I don't know, for whatever reason. And you've got Congress, like jerk-offs, like Marjorie Taylor Greene, right? These far-right Republican people bashing her for defending Somalia. Right, we're not. The problem is that the United States is not friendly with Somalia. The United States recognizes a previous version of Somalia dating before 1991, and so Ilhan Omar, being from Somalia, it shows you the incredible hypocrisy that they're saying that Ilhan Omar is putting Somalia first, while every Jew in Congress is putting Israel first, and there's no problem with that at all. So we'll take a look at that stuff, man. There's my thumbnail today. There it is. There's the chip. I guess that's the actual size of it. It looks like I don't know. This is a guitar pick. I mean, is that the equivalent, right? If I had a guitar, why don't we do it right here? Right? Why don't we instead of putting it under the hair, why don't we put it right here, right? Right. We'll all wear our chip, so we'll know we have the chip, right? It's pretty good, right? Hello. They want to know if you're an Indian guy or a fucking, you got your chip on. Hey, put your chip on. Right? Where's your chip? Right? That'll be the new security. Well, you can't come in here. No chip, you can't come in. Right? Chip access only. Right? Definitely grounds for humans to abuse it. How come you don't have your chip in? We have to know what you're thinking. You can't work here without a chip. Right? Because then you'd be plotting against us. Because that's what humans do. There is definitely. I lost it. I lost my chip. Oh my God, my chip fell out. That's my favorite pick, by the way. Oh, let's do everybody has a favorite. Musicians have their favorite instruments, right? But I have my favorite picks. This is a great pick right here. This is a Dunlop. This guitar pick. Most guitar picks are like 10 cents, 15 cents, 25 cents. This fucking pick costs $1. Right? But it's really good. It's a good one. It's got like grip on it. It's got like a grip on it, right? Where you don't drop it. Right? When you're playing, you don't want to drop your pick. Right? It's a good. It's my favorite pick. Dunlop. It's got another name on it. I can't read it anymore. I can't see that close. So good morning, everybody. Welcome. I'll start from the bottom. William R. Hall, the great artist from Syracuse, New York, is here. Cass Philly Camden is here. Weevil Girl on the wrench is here. Welcome, Weevil Girl. Quantum Epic in the house. TJ, Mike G75, 30D Martini, motherfucker. It's here too. Oh, man. Maybe I should stop saying mother effer. Maybe the channel will do better, I guess. Zutsu Critters here. How are you, man? Sickle Fritz 896. I just got this funny feeling about being yourself, right? Just be who you are, and that's all you got, really. You change with the weather, I suppose. That's who I am. I'm a vile, fucking raw person, I guess. I don't know. That's just what comes out of my mouth. Right? We should all be like that. We should all be so. Sickle Fritz 896. If I forgot your name, don't kill me, man. I apologize. So I got a website. My name is Marcus Conte. This is the morning report. I'm a morning guy, so I do the morning report, right? Like nobody else, right? Because I wake up and I'm ready, right? Nobody has to tell me to get up and do this. I just do it. And the report is educational and philosophical. It's not. Don't confuse it with dirty, nasty politics. Like you don't have to be a lefty or a righty to be here. We're just talking about the things that are interesting to us as humans, like chips in our brain, right? That's what we do here. Every morning, 9 a.m. If you missed the live show, we're live right now on YouTube. This is a live broadcast. All these people in the chat over here are real people. They're not computer bots. They're real, right? We're real. We're real people. Communicating in a real way. And you can join us every morning at 9 a.m. on YouTube. Or you can watch it across all these other social media platforms, Rumble, Odyssey, BitChute, Facebook, Twitter, Getter, Truth Social, and wherever else you are. If you want to contribute to the program, there's a demonetized channel, and has been for a long time. PayPal or Patreon, or you can also forward through Zelle, the great Zelle bank transfer. So thank you very much. And start here. Oh yeah, so Trump is just quickly moving in on the black vote. He's got Snoop Dogg. Snoop Dogg is getting behind Trump, man. You talk about Biden plunging in the fucking polls. He's like at 33%. He's worse than Bush Jr. at this point. And it looks. I mean, if it's any indication that the hip hop black sort of people that we have on the planet are moving towards Trump. We have a lot of them in America. If these types are moving towards Trump, I would say Joe Biden is in a shitload of trouble because
his years-long
that's bad.
Beef with Donald.
Because again, the Democrats, claim that they own the blacks. The Democrats own the black vote. You haven't heard? Just ask them. Ask Nancy Pelosi, and she'll tell you. Or ask Joe Biden. And if you happen to be, if you disagree, then you're not black enough.
Donald Trump. In the past, the rap star has been straight up nasty to the former president and his supporters. And at one point, Snoop pointed a fake gun at a clown version of Trump for one of his music videos. Mm-hmm. But Snoop's now taking the high road. The rapper jumping on the Trump train after the former president tossed a pardon to one of the dog father's friends, saying, quote, "I have nothing but love and respect for Donald Trump." All right, Jessica.
Ding,
I
ding,
see
ding, ding,
Taylor
ding.
Swift, and I raise you, Snoop.
Honestly, I don't know what we're going to do when Donald Trump wins the black vote because of this.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Is Donald Trump going to win the black vote because Snoop Dogg is on board? I like Snoop Dogg. I think he's real. He's a real dude. He's uncompromising. He's unabashed, right? He's the bling bling, and he's smoking his big doobie right before it was, way before it was fashionable. He's got his gold tooth and he's talented. I mean, some of his songs are rather interesting. So it does look like the tide is shifting. Tide is tilting heavily towards Trump. Right? It's swinging. The pendulum is swinging heavily to the right in this election right now. Immigration, people are really pissed off about that. People in America really are pissed off, all of them, about the flood of immigration into the country. And diluting the workforce, and the economy's booming, right? The stock market is up, but I'm still I'm struggling to get in front of some immigrant from Ecuador, and I'm competing with him to wash pots, or something like that, right? So immigration is bad news. The wall, build the wall. Trump was right. And all the other things. Biden. For me, the thing with Biden is when he openly and unabashedly pushed for 6 feet away from people and mandatory vaccination and saying that if you don't get this thing, you're going to kill me, and that showed me his deep insanity and such. So there's a lot of that. I think Trump is the winner, without looking at the polls today. So let's talk about Ilhan Omar. Ilhan Omar, sitting congresswoman from the great state of Minnesota, is called to resign in disgrace over speech in support of Somalia. Now, again, she's from Somalia. She was, I guess, born there. She's Somali, right? It's like Italian, or it's like Irish. Or whatever, African American, right? She's from there, where we're a nation of fucking immigrants, and that's where she happens to be from. And they're calling for her to resign after she delivered a speech, and that they say she placed Somali interests ahead of American interests. What the fuck are you talking about? She didn't place American Somalia. It has nothing to do with America. It's Somalia. The fight, the argument, the war, if you will, that's going on over there, or the land deal that's going on over there is between Somalia and Ethiopia, right? I'll show you. Here it is. Here's the map, right? It's over on this part of the world. Right, here you go. This is Somalia, right? It's the Horn of Africa. It leads into the Red Sea all the way up to Egypt and Israel and Jerusalem. You can get in there. You get into the United Arab Emirates are there as well, I believe. I don't know where that one is, but you see where it is, right? The Kingdom of Sudan. So Somalia is here, and unfortunately, Ethiopia is landlocked. Now, I don't know why they're making a deal with Ethiopia. Maybe because it's the shortest distance to the sea. Maybe that's why they picked it. But what about Eritrea? Right. So look, the point is, who the fuck knows what the politics are over there? Well, what we do know is that Somalia is got a lot of bad seeds. Right. They're poor, and they sit right on the Horn of Africa, and they they hijack boats when they pass, right? That's one of their, they instead of fishing in the ocean, they fish for ships coming by with all kinds of luxuries on it, like luxury cars and furniture and food. Right? So Somalia gets a bad name for Somali pirates. But that's nonetheless the reason to why are we bashing Ilhan Omar over that? Because she comes from a rogue nation, a country of fucking crazy people and pirates. We all come from somewhere, right? The Italians were gangsters, right? They chopped people's heads off and such, right? Omar's appalling Somali-first comments are a slap in the face to Minnesotians. She was elected to serve, says the Republican whip, Tom Emmer. Oh, fuck you, Tom. Why? She should resign in disgrace. Omar, the first Somali American in Congress, appeared to assure her Somali American constituents that she would do everything in her power to prevent the disputed breakaway republic of Somaliland from entering into a sea access deal with landlocked Ethiopia. Now, there's something to that, right? I don't know exactly what it is, but first of all, Somaliland is different than Somalia. Somewhere in 1991, it split. They had a civil war, and there's two factions. Has nothing to do with us. Nothing to do with the Americans. Stay out of their business. This is Somali stuff, right? For Somalians to deal with, right? Americans, get your fucking nose out of their business. So a clip of the Minnesota lawmaker went viral after it was posted on X. They said, as Somalis, one day we will go after our missing territories. Big fucking deal, right? Big fucking deal. I don't see any issue here. What it does show me is that the Republican Party is deeply, deeply politicized and radicalized against someone like Ilhan Omar, right? For just speaking about her. I have a hard time finding the fault here. What is the fault that Ilhan Omar is guilty of? Right? What did she do? She said some kind of inside stuff about Somalia and how it should deal with Ethiopia, not selling off its land access to Ethiopia because the Americans said so. It's fucked up, right? It's a fucked up situation, but it does shine light on how some of these radicalized politicians are. His Marjorie Taylor Greene, right, who has said some good things, regarding immigration and all that. This is what she said: slammed Omar for vowing to protect Somali's border while opposing efforts to shore up the United States-Mexico border. All right, well, I would say that there's some truth to that, but those are apples and oranges, right? The situations are different. The situation in the United States and Mexico is one thing, right? How people are flooding into the United States through Mexico, and Mexico is doing nothing about it, as opposed to what's going on in Somalia and Ethiopia, right? How are they the same? Does Marjorie Taylor Greene even know? Could she even point to fucking Somalia on the map? I don't know. I doubt it. So they're calling her a terrorist sympathizer. And there you have it, right? She's a terrorist sympathizer because she doesn't want to see her ancestry get obliterated and capitalized and robbed of their land from the American-backed Ethiopia. Right? That's what we're talking about here, right? Somali first, right? She flaunts using her position as a congresswoman to protect Somali's border, while our border is invaded by millions of illegals. You're politicizing a fucking, again, apples and oranges. You're using her support of her homeland and the constituents that happen to be from Somalia who live in Minnesota, and what's going on in Mexico. They're two totally different things. So you got to give you got to give Ilhan Omar a pass here. There's nothing really to see here. Her support of Somalia is good. Whatever the people of Somalia want to do in terms of Somaliland and Somalia, that's up to them. Whether they want to cut a deal with Ethiopia, that's also up to them. Whether they want to be allowed to be strong-armed by the Americans and the West to sign some kind of land deal, some kind of land grab, is another thing, right? So it comes down to about money, access to the ocean, and Ilhan Omar is right to speak out about it. So we like Ilhan Omar there. So anyway, so let's talk about Elon Musk. Fascinating guy. Fascination. Elon Musk's startup Neuralink implants chip into brain of first human test subject. It is official. It's happened. How's the markets doing? Before we do that, markets are looking to let's see. Let's give it another minute, and I'll flash to it. Talk about Elon Musk for a second. Elon Musk announced that his human tech startup Neuralink has inserted a chip implanted into the brain of its first human subject. Wow, fucking what a time to be alive! What a time to be alive! How do they access the brain? I don't know. I was going to say something vulgar, like go up his ass. How do you get to the brain? They gotta cut a hole in your brain, right? Why don't they go in your mouth? Your mouth is already open. Why don't you go up somebody's nose? Or why do you got to dig a hole? Why do you have to dig a hole in someone's head to get the thing in there, right? And that's how they do it. The billionaire said the person had the chip surgically implanted into their brain on Sunday and is recovering well. The initial results showed promising neuron spike detection, said Musk. Now, it's going to get very wordy in a second. Just relax. The U.S. Food and Drug Administration last year green-lighted human trials of the company's brain chips after Neuralink performed hundreds of tests on defenseless pigs, sheep, and monkeys and was called out for animal abuse by the animal rights groups, which they should be. How many animals, how many pigs are still alive with the chip in their head, man? Pigs are smart, right? Pigs are probably smarter than monkeys, are they? I don't know. They're up there. The last 2 years have been all about focus on building a human-ready product. All right. So here, let's look at this. I'll give you a little more background and then we'll look at it. So here's the monkey that they're testing it on. That was the first one. The brain chip, which has 1,000 electrodes, is meant to allow people to wirelessly perform computer functions by just thinking of what they'd like to do. A think and click mechanism. I think and it happens. Fascinating. Last month, the company said it was looking for quadriplegics under the age of 40 to participate in the human trials. When you go to Neuralink's website, there's a space there where you can, volunteer to be a participant. You get a free chip. If you're quadriplegic and you're under the age 40, they'll give you a free chip, right? They want to work on your brain to see if it's going to work. Crash test dummy. Listen, man, you can't move your fucking arms. You can't move your legs. Get off your ass and let them put the chip in your head so you can do some stuff, right? Now you can surf porn without lifting your hands. Last month, the company said it was looking for I read that. It also said a surgeon, listen to this, some of the surgery is done by a robot. Listen to this. A surgeon removes part of the test patient's skull before a 7-foot robot named R1 would take over to implant 64 threads lined with electrodes into the brain. So a fucking robot is doing it. Where's the robot? There it is. Is that the robot? Surgical robot. There he is. All right. That's crazy, right? There's some images. So it's this big. It is. It's if you look at the image, it's about that big, right? That's about the right size. About the size of a guitar pick, or maybe in the real world, the size of a quarter. Right? So So that's how big it is. Right? It's pretty big, right? That's a big piece of equipment to fucking install in someone's head. The electrodes are programmed to gather data about the brain, including neural activities attached to movement intentions. Does it work? Let's fucking find out if it works. Here they are testing a monkey.
He's a 9-year-old macaque who had a Neuralink placed in each side of his brain about 6 weeks ago. If you look carefully, you can see that the fur on his head hasn't quite fully grown back yet.
All right, so that's the crash test dummy. Let's just come back to that. I want to have a look at the market. It's now open, and ding, yes, we are open. It looks like Rivian is pulling back a little bit. Oops, it was high, now it's low. It looks like the Nasdaq is opening down. Everything is there's a lot of earnings coming in this week. Nvidia is up 6 this morning. Google down 42 cents. Apple down 21 cents. Amazon down 53 cents. Facebook up $1.70. Microsoft up, adding another $1.75. Tesla bouncing off the bottom. Not bad. Tesla at 194. It took a hit after earnings, and now it seems like it's coming back. Do you see Rivian bounce? Let me look at Tesla for a second. Tesla's coming up. Tesla's it had that could have been a buy. That could have been a great entry right there. This might be the entry for Tesla. You see how down it was, all the way down from 250, and now it's hopping off the bottom up to. It's already up 194 this morning. It went down to 179. It's coming off the bottom again. That could be a good entry for Tesla. It always goes up. It comes crashing down and then it goes up again. It probably has something to do with Elon Musk and his neurochip, something. What else is going on in the markets? S&P 500 is down slightly. The Dow Jones Industrial Average down 22 at the moment. Nasdaq down 41. Right. So Nasdaq down ahead of earnings. That's special. Earnings will be revealed this evening at the bell, about 4 o'clock. So we'll watch that. Overall, kind of a flat, a little reddish, a little hesitation because of the earnings that are coming down the pipe. So we'll keep watching that. I don't know if Rivian is it looks like Rivian could be the entry point here. You see how it's closing above the moving average? 1550, it broke out and it stayed up there. So we're at 1590 right now. This could be an entry point for Rivian as well. Let's see if it stays above the blue line, which is the 200-day moving average. Rivian is now closed above both averages on the 15-minute chart, which means that that tends to be rather bullish. So let's watch the monkey. Here's the monkey. The straw started again. Monkey.
This is Pager.
Pager.
He's a 9-year-old macaque who had a Neuralink placed in each side of his brain about 6 weeks ago. If you look carefully, you can see that the fur on his head hasn't quite fully grown back yet. He's learned to interact with a computer for a tasty banana smoothie delivered through a straw. We can interact with the Neuralinks simply by pairing them to an iPhone, just as you might pair your phone to a Bluetooth speaker.
So the monkey is they got a shake, a smoothie in there. They're feeding him. That's one of the reasons why he shows up. He shows up to get the free food, and then he's got his right hand on the joystick. All right, so he's drinking and moving the joystick at the same time. And what's he doing?
The links record from more than 2,000 electrodes implanted in the regions of Pager's motor cortex that coordinate hand and arm movements.
Mm-hmm.
Neurons in this region.
There's nothing special to see yet, right? All he's doing is he's moving with his hand the dot and he's putting the dot where the orange box ends up. That's all he's doing.
Modulate their activity.
See, I could do that.
With intended hand movement.
Every time the box moves, he moves the dot to follow the box. That's the game.
For example,
he knows how to play the game.
Some might become more active when he moves his hand up, and others when he moves it to the right.
Okay. We got that.
By recording from many neurons and feeding their activity into a decoder algorithm, we are able to predict Pager's intended hand movements in real time.
Amazing.
First, we calibrate the decoder by recording neural activity as Pager uses the joystick to move a cursor to targets presented on the screen. As he's playing this game, we are wirelessly streaming, in real time, the firing rates from thousands of neurons to a computer. Using these data, we calibrate the decoder by mathematically modeling the relationship between patterns of neural activity and the different joystick movements they produce.
It would take 25 years to understand what he just said about electrodes, but we don't need to know that. All we need to know is, does it work? And it does seem it worked. Look now, they unplugged the joystick and it's still happening. Watch.
After only a few minutes of calibration, we can use the output from the decoder to move the cursor instead of the joystick. Pager still moves the joystick out of habit, but as you can see, it's unplugged. He's controlling the cursor entirely with decoded neural activity.
Unbelievable. They did it.
Our goal is
They did it. They did it. They actually did it. The monkey is controlling the direction of the joystick without it being even plugged in. Look, the plug is out. The plug is out. Amazing.
enable a person with paralysis to use a computer or phone with their brain activity alone. Because they wouldn't be able to move a joystick, they would calibrate the decoder by imagining hand movements to targets. One of the things the Neuralinks allow Pager to do is to play his favorite video game, Pong.
He's playing Pong without even touching anything. The joystick isn't even there anymore. He's just looking at Pong and playing it. That's amazing. That is amazing that a monkey can do this.
To control his paddle on the right side of the screen, Pager simply thinks about moving his hand up or down. We've removed.
Is it true? Is that actually what's happening? What we're seeing actually happening? Is the monkey really playing Pong without touching anything? He's just looking at it and he's able to make his side of the paddle get in front of the ball? Or is this fake? Is this a fake? This could be fake video. I mean, could be.
The joystick altogether. Now that he's up to speed, let's increase the difficulty and see how well Pager can play with the Neuralink.
Are we convinced that this works?
As you can see, Pager is amazingly good at mind Pong.
He is.
He's focused, and he's playing entirely of his own volition.
Amazing. Still drinking his shake.
It's not magic. The reason Neuralink works is because it's recording and decoding electrical signals.
Unfucking believable. Unfucking believable.
Great game, Pager. And what better reward for a monkey than a banana?
At least they're not torturing the fucking monkey, man. Congratulations, Elon Musk. They figured it out, man. Turnability, biological. It's unclear how many human participants will be a part of the technology trial, which will assess the safety of both the robot surgeon and the chip itself. I don't know. I think if the chip implanted is only extracting information and not engaging information, like creating information, I think it would be safe. And what I mean is that it's a receiver. That's all if the chip is just receiving data from the brain, that's one thing. If it's going the other way and you can control the chip and zap the person with electricity, and stimulate their brain to make them jump and move and run and fucking lay down, right? That would be different, right? The point is, the chip is supposed to control something else, but can you control the person because of the chip? I don't know. The chip is in there. What if you had a like the fucking chip gun, right? The magic chip gun, and someone sees you, oh, he's got a chip, and you point the zapper at him, and boom, and their fucking head blows up because they got a chip in their head. It's possible, right? There's definitely potential for abuse here. I'm just trying to throw them all out there, right? Because hey, why not, man? That's what comes to mind. Well, let's listen to some of the spin. Here's spin coming out of Australia about the chip.
Well, Very exciting news out of the States. Elon Musk has announced his brain chip factory called Neuralink, which he founded himself, has just implanted the first brain chip in a human. He tweeted today the first human received an implant from Neuralink yesterday and is recovering well. Initial results show promising neuron spike detection. Well, we have exclusive footage today, ladies and gentlemen, of said human post-operation.
I'm going to turn this off.
Recovering well.
I got to just turn the music off because I don't want the audio to be detected. It's a movie, and Paramount Pictures to scratch it. Fuck you. I don't know what you're talking about, and it's not funny.
We're going to be cyborgs. It's all just a matter of time. You can get add-ons now. Just go to Neuralink. I mean, imagine being the first person to put up your hand and be like, yeah, okay, I'll be the guinea pig.
Give it a go.
It's pretty amazing technology. I mean, it'll help quadriplegics control devices with their thoughts. But I'm just wondering if we, like Tesla, where, you know, you've got 22,000 people recalled because there's something wrong with the software and they've got to do an upgrade.
I think in 50 years from now, people are going to look back on this and say, how could the humans have been so stupid to allow themselves to be chipped? Right? That's what comes to mind. They're so fucking stupid. They gave up their right to intellectual privacy, to think their own thoughts, right? Right? The chip can be used to make you not think about things, right? Certain things. Right? They could use it as punishment in jail. You go to jail and everybody gets their chip in the brain, and if your thoughts aren't aligned with correction and if you have violent thoughts, they just turn up the power, man. They zap you whether you know it or not, right? Subtly or deliberately, you know, powerfully, right?
And I can see the medical.
What other spin? Watch some other spin. This guy looks like he's afraid.
I know this was coming, but actually, when you read it first thing in the morning,
she's afraid. Listen to her tone. I don't know. I don't like the idea of this chip shit.
On X, you kind of think, wow, it's really happening. So, I mean, is this good or bad?
Well, I mean, hopefully it's a good development, and obviously Elon Musk has always said he wants to develop these kind of technologies in a kind of safe and responsible way for humankind. So hopefully he's going to be true to that. I mean, obviously it's you know, very early stage, and there's a huge amount of trials and an evaluation to kind of to take place before we're kind of anywhere for this to kind of being a mainstream development. But yeah, you know, the kind of, I guess the thing that's exciting for me is like kind of obviously it's helpful for people from a health perspective, but you know, the potential to extend these kind of technologies into mainstream kind of consumer electronics, you know, the evolution of the smartphone is something we talk about all the time, and whether these kind of technologies can be adapted to kind of, you know, evolve, that kind of technology would be quite something.
But can it? And I'm kind of with you, right? It's immensely exciting and a massive opportunity for people that need to communicate that haven't been able so far. I guess who regulates it if then becomes, you know, a consumer good like you buy
exactly.
your iPhone.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of because it blurs both the health.
Yeah, so she seemed a little nervous. One more clip, one more.
Saying his Neuralink company has successfully implanted one of its wireless brain chips in a human for the first time. He made the announcement on X, his social media platform, saying the procedure happened on Sunday. He says the subject is recovering well and that initial results show a promising neuron spike detection. Mr. Musk says the product has been given the name telepathy, and the plan is for it to enable control of a phone, computer, or almost any linked device just by thinking about them.
Just think about it.
Several rival companies have already implanted what are known as brain-computer interface systems in humans.
I got a chip in my head. I can think again. I got a chip in my head so that I can think again. Oh, the chip in my head. I got this chip in my head. I'll see you guys, man. Again, I don't know what to make of it. That's all I really got on that one. I think that it is a fascinating subject. I think the crossover is inescapable. Will humans be chipped? Will humans be able to coordinate their thoughts with equipment. It's not a theory anymore. Elon Musk and all his billions are proving that it's possible, because what else are you going to spend your money on, you know? It's interesting research. The possibility of it, I think once you create it, too, you can't go back. You now have it, right? And the installation seems to be a tough one, right? Maybe if they get it to where all you got to do is shoot it at someone, right? Like it's just, or throw it at someone, right? And it sticks to them, right? That's all you got to do. And then you can control their thoughts by sticking to them, right? Let's just stay. And what about people who meditate? What about people who already have above, greater than human concentration, greater than average human concentration? How do you deal with those people? I don't know. I would say that the neuro machine can definitely detect something is not right here, or some kind of gain of function. I'd like to see the results in a wide range of people. I'll see you guys. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna. Hare Hare. I'm calling up God. Hare Rama. Hare Rama. We have to do this to stay alive on the planet. Rama Rama. Ooh, Hare Hare. See you tomorrow, man. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna. Hare Hare. Hare Rama. Hare Rama. Rama Rama. Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna. Hare Hare. Hare Rama. La 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 la. Hare Rama. Rama Rama. Ooh, Hare Hare. I'm looking for the chip that you can play guitar without touching the guitar. How about that? You can control guitar control the guitar without touching it.